there just to the south of us. And back around looking up on the test section. You can see here off on the side that it is a rather consistent cut, how the vertical curve pretty well follows the grade of this hill and how it took it on more or less head on rather than sweeping around it. We'll continue this along here. About 7 or 8 feet upstream of the transverse joint here, and we actually picked the first transverse joint just inside the project limits. As I mentioned and showed before, we are just into the project from the adjacent one just to the west of us. Okay, I'm going to begin the walking video tour. You can see the geometrics of this. We have a 4-foot inside shoulder and a 10-foot outside shoulder with asphalt concrete surface and a sand asphalt base to the shoulder. We have faulting throughout here, however, none of it appears to be more than 4/10 of an inch. We have no means of being able to accurately measure it. We don't have a fault meter like we did before. So we're just going to guess at it. I would say that some of it is getting up into the 4/10 range, some of it may even be a half an inch. See Station 1 coming up ahead. The predominant distress in here, aside from some of the low severity faulting, is transverse cracking, typically at a low severity level. And I don't recall exactly how many cracked slabs that we had, but substantial number. And I'll show an example in just a moment here. The joint spacing on this is typically 20 feet. However, between the 4th and the 5th station, we get into some slabs which are a little bit over 21 with a spacing of around 21 feet. We're at Station 2 right now. You see right here where a core had been taken, and this is right out of transverse crack. And I will step aside and put down something to indicate the width of it to show on the video. Got a knife set down here, and you can see the 4-inch core also. I'm going to zoom in on it to show what the crack width is here. This is fairly typical of the transverse cracks along here. We've got some which I've cataloged as moderate severity. In fact, I believe I called this one moderate severity, but it's in and out being moderate and low severity. The reason why I would catalog any of these as moderate, aside from the crack width, is that there may be some of this secondary cracking appearing along there, which is the beginnings of some scalling. And you can see that is the case here in near the outside wheel path. Moving back downstream again, we don't have any corner breaks in this section. However, on this project, on down stream from here over towards the to the west, there is some noticeable corner breaks and some higher levels of faulting. Now, in choosing this particular test section, we had to balance the needs to include that along with the need to be able to establish a test section for the maintenance cost-effectiveness studies. And since there is major maintenance planned to be contracted on this in the foreseeable future, it was decided to go ahead and locate the test section as close to the beginning or the end of the project as possible, so we could have the most latitude in terms of being able to use the remaining portions of the project for some other study. 3 right now, and I just wanted to show a more typical low severity transverse crack. See, it's still held pretty tightly together. And like I mentioned, we're right at Station 3, which you'll be able to see as soon as I zoom out from it.